Okay, this is going to go over our photo hunt project. This is a cover of what we did in class to just kind of give you a refresher on how we're doing this. We're going to open up our Photoshop. So I'm just going to click to here to open up Photoshop for us. We've got the sample image that I'm going to work with to show you this. This project is going to be turned in as a PDF. So I'm going to go to create a new file. Under the print tab, we're going to make it letter, so it's 8.5. These are our templates that we've got. So we've got lots of different templates, resizing them to make them what would work good for it. So under our print tablet, our print template, we're just going to choose letter. I'm going to make this, you can choose which way that you would like to put your picture depending on what you've got. I'm going to set this up incorrectly to show you how to change it if you need to. But ours is going to be 8.5 by 11 inches. In portrait mode is what you should start with for the example that I'm giving you. I'm going to set up in landscape just to show you kind of the difference of it or how to make some changes. So I'm going to go ahead and hit create. There's our canvas right here. So we've got our canvas that we're working with. And we're going to first need to bring in our sample image. This project is going to be much easier if you are using a cartoon image or a painted image, like something that's got solid colors rather than a real photograph. Trying to blend or do the painting of people and you got all the hues and everything can be difficult. So think about that when you're putting this together. You want to find a scene that is super busy. It's got lots of things that you can change. You don't want to just have a picture of one person kind of thing. So for ours, I'm going to bring up our sample image to kind of show you what we're talking about here. So I'm going to bring this down. I've got our sample image. I'm going to bring it in here, just drag it in. And as you can see, this is from The Simpsons, and there's a lot going on here. We got a helicopter and some flames and Bart with a slingshot. We got all kinds of things. I'm right in transform mode because I just brought it in. If I happen to select off of it and I want to get back to, I can still move it. But if I want to transform this or resize it, remember that's Control T to get into the resize. I'm going to go up in the middle here and I'm going to rotate this so it goes 90 degrees. And then I'm going to get this just rotated just a little bit. There it is, 90 degrees. And then I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit so that I get everybody in the picture. So I get Marge too. There you go. I got Marge. I got Bart. I'm going to slide this up to cover up 1/2 of it. Let's get this, stretch this down just a little bit. There it is. Okay. I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit more. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do here. So now that I've got it situated, I click off of it, click the move, and then I select it, Control C to copy it, and it'll copy everything exactly as we put it in there. Control V to paste it. It makes an exact duplicate. So hopefully we should just be able to move it right in there. Now, here's what I've got for it. I've intentionally left the space in the middle here. That's going to be I'm going to put like a border to kind of split it off to make it look nice. Now there's some creative elements that you can do here, but we're going to put a title in here to say what it is. So I'm going to just add in my rectangle tool here right now. And I'm going to start right here at the top of this, come right over to that side, make sure I get just this piece in here. And then I'm going to make this, I'm going to fill this in with whatever color that I want it to be. Let's make it like this bluish color so it kind of blends in there. I'm going to hit cancel there, change off to my move tool. There it is. So now I've got it. So I've got a nice little border for it. Now, this is going to be, you're going to have to put like a title and how many things that you're going to find in it. So I can put my text box right into here and we're going to find 10 things. So when we print this off, it'll tell you spot the difference. Can you find all 10? Something like that. So remember I said we put it in the wrong orientation. So if I go up here to image, I'm going to change the image rotation and I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise to set it up to where it's going to be. Okay. Now your border can be thinner, it can be smaller. There's a lot of creative control that you've got here. We're going to add in our layer that's going to be our changes. So we're going to go in here to layer, new. We're going to make a new layer. I'm going to call this layer changes. And you want to make sure that this layer is sitting right on top. And so when I go to my layers here, I can see all the layers that I've got. And I want to make sure that my change layer is sitting right on top. And so that's going to be, I've got my change layer right here on top. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start to make some changes to it. So I can zoom in and out, Control plus to zoom in, Control minus to zoom out, so we can get that. The other thing that we can do is if I go into Edit and go into Preferences, we can go into Interface, and it is, oh, where's the zoom? Oh, I'll have to find it. We'll get it here. All right, we can change this so that we can control and zoom in and out with our mouse. What we're going to do here is now we've got our picture chosen. I'm going to zoom in, make some changes. I'm going to make it, just for this example, I'm going to take the fire out of Marge's hair. So I'm going to zoom in so I can see the fire. You're going to make 10 changes in your assignment. So I'm going to select the eyedropper. I can look forward to my toolbar. If you don't see it, click to open toolbars to see what it is. And I can select the eyedropper tool, or I can push I, and my cursor will turn into the eyedropper tool to let me know that I've got the eyedropper tool. Sampling ring, personal preference. If I have it off, it doesn't show me the ring around to show me what colors I'm selecting. I would just have to pay attention to my palette here. If I have the sampling ring turned on, when I click, it tells me what colors I'm getting, what color is sampling. So if I want the fire, that gives me the yellow. I can make more of her hair on fire, right? I'm going to go blue. So I click it. I get that exact color blue in my color palette. So then what I'm going to do is choose my paintbrush, select the color, hit OK. So now I'm going to paint with that color. I can go in here and I can just erase out some of the fire. Now I can also change my brush stroke size. Come up here to increase my stroke size. I'm going to make it much larger, so let's go 40. Let's go 40 pixels for it so I get a much larger brush, so it makes it easier to make some changes to it. And there it is. I've got the fire is gone from Marge's hair. Right now, obviously, if I wanted to get rid of all of it, I could zoom in even further. If I needed to get really granular with it, so I can really get in here to get and make the changes that I need to get. So I've made my change there. Now, one of the things that we're going to do is you're going to turn in 10 changes that you're going to make to it. Could be just the one side. You could change both sides. But what we're going to do is you're going to have to turn in an answer key as well. So you're going to submit 2 PDFs. One PDF is the game itself, the photo hunt. And the second PDF is going to be the answer key. And so the way that we do the answer key is just like kind of how we're doing our colors here, is I'm going to change my brush size to make it 12. And you can, again, choose the size that you want. I'm going to choose the color that I want to do. I'm going to make all of my answer key in this nice red color. So I'm going to hit OK. So then what I'm going to do is with my paintbrush, I'm going to circle where my changes are. So as an answer key, I would know that this is what I've got for my answer key. So when I zoom out and I get this one submitted, I have it circled and say, okay, there's a change right here. There might be a change back here, a change over here, but I'll be able to see where those changes are. Don't have to do a circle. I could also, maybe I change something right here on his hat or something like that. I could draw an arrow and point to where the change is. You just have to indicate or mark clearly where the changes are on your answer key so people know what it is. So submit to 2 PDFs, 10 changes. Much easier to do a cartoon or clip art image with a lot going on than to do a real photo or location. Trying to blend the colors and get the right hues and everything could be a very big challenge for a real photograph at this point. So you might want to, depending on your skill level and where you're at, you might want to stick with some sort of a cartoon image that's got a lot going on. That's the key to make this a really fun project. So you want to have a lot of things, make it real busy, so people have to really hunt for it. If I just have Homer Simpson in a white shirt sitting in a nothing going on in the background, there's not a whole lot of changes that we can make. So the busier your initial picture is, the more fun or harder or challenging it's going to be to get this done. And that is your photo hunt project.